بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
ألف لام ميم را تلك آيات الكتاب والذي أنزل إليك من ربك الحق ولكن أكثر الناس لا يؤمنون الله الذي رفع السماوات بغير عمد ترونها ثم استوى على العرش وسخر الشمس والقمر كل يجري لأجل مسمى يدبر الأمر يفصل الآيات لعلكم بلقاء ربكم توقنون وهو الذي مد الأرض وجعل فيها رواسي وأنهارا ومن كل الثمرات جعل فيها زوجين اثنين يغشي الليل النهار إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون وفي الأرض قطع متجاورات وجنات من أعناب وزرع ونخيل صنوان وغير صنوان يسقى بماء واحد ونفضل بعضها على بعض في الأكل إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I was gonna say something nice, but already people complaining, oh, it's sahur time, man, it's sahur time. Oh yes, last time we had, it's like, oh, but I want to sleep. Oh, but I want to sleep. It's too late. So you don't like it if it's after Isha. You don't like it if it's sahur or fajr time. You won't like it if it's during the time you're fasting, because you're gonna be like, oh, I'm so tired, Babika, why are you streaming right now? It's fasting time. And you won't like it if it's iftar time. Man, I thought I was being nice by, actually trying to fit the stream schedule into whatever you guys like, but it's my bad, I guess. No one's gonna like it. Everyone's gonna complain at the end, just like the old days. Oh, but it's this time for me, but it's that time for me. Well, my bad that the Earth is, isn't completely flat and we all have the exact same time. Anyways, as I was trying to say before I saw people complaining, as usual, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Every day, the stream starts, because it's Ramadan and everything, I'll be playing a clip from Sheikh Saud al-Shirem. This is my favorite Sheikh. And can you guys hear me, by the way? Hello? For chronology. There is no chronology, by the way. It's one book. Can you guys hear me? Is it lagging? Because on my side, it says it's kind of laggy. It's definitely laggy, isn't it? Yeah, you think that YouTube would stop being mean to you and stop bullying you because it's been 4 hours since they crashed the stream, but I guess not. My bad, man. My bad for being a Muslim. I didn't know you guys hated us so much that you're gonna crash every single stream that relates to this. Sahur time, still eating. Yeah, my bad. Oh, I'm sorry, my guy. I'm so sorry that I'm streaming while you're eating. Maybe go eat and then come back. Maybe don't complain to me. Man, it's fine. Just I'm even though I like reading comments today, I'm not gonna read comments. I'm gonna stop trying to read comments. Definitely doesn't help. Loud and clear. Well, anyways, as I was saying, every day we will try our best. I'll do it, but I don't know if you guys can keep up or not. It's fine if you like to do it, if you don't like to do it. But for those who know, I'm going to go through a variety of surahs and play a little clip of Sheikh Saud al-Shirem reading that surah at the beginning of the stream. So if you're one of the new people or like the early people, try guessing it. Try telling me, oh, I know this surah, and tell me what it is at the start of the stream, while we are waiting for some people. Oh, did some research. It seems most part different. Agree that isn't. Yeah. I mean, things. Just do it and ignore them. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, I told you changed names. I told you before. It still depends. I don't know if you were there when I discussed it the first time. It really just depends. Sadaqallah al-Azim is something that depends on the one who says it. I don't like saying it because I think the meaning differs. I don't think the meaning is nice. It's like saying, oh yeah, you said the truth to someone who always say the truth. Like, why are you saying that? It just sounds weird, right? Saud al-Shirim, al-Shurim, Saud al-Shirim is Imam in the Holy Haram, in Kaaba, One day. Anyways, so let's get to it. I'm probably gonna do the stream around this time every day, just because I'm tired of everyone complaining. You don't need to be live for it, by the way. It's just a storytelling. These streams will range from 1 hour to 30 minutes, just because I don't want people to complain and be like, "Oh man, they're too long. Maybe 2 hours long stream." I don't want it, man. Let's just let's just watch something else. So maybe if it's half an hour, people would be willing to watch. It's about learning. It's not about making it to the live or not. All right, so let's get to it. So this is the story of the creation of everything. The story we're talking about is much bigger, of course, but for now we're talking about the prologue, the creation of everything. We already did talk about it, but the stream is gone. Thanks YouTube. But again, long, long, long ago, the universe was created. God created the universe, created everything, and created the 7 heavens and 7 earths. All right? God loves the number 7, by the way, if you haven't noticed yet. If you haven't noticed, I'm pretty sure it's obvious, but if you haven't noticed yet, God loves the number 7. And after he created everything, the jinn and angels were created. The jinn, made out of fire, were created and they inhabited Earth, which is, the place that we invaded right now. And they were made out of fire, meaning, they had, some special things to them. And they were given free will. Okay? I didn't want to get pairs. Anyways, and they were giving free will, as in, like, they could do whatever they want, right? And then the angels, well, first the angels were created. There was never, I don't like to get into the details so someone would be like, oh my god, well, technically, it was angels first, and then jinn. Dude, who cares? We're not talking about this. We're trying to give the bigger picture, okay? And then angels, or maybe first the angels were created. They were made of light, right? They are beings, creatures made out of light. They are completely obedient. They listen to everything God says, and they do not disobey him. An angel could stand up for the rest of his life, not move around. If Allah ordered him, if God told him, do not move from this spot for the rest of your life, and we don't know how long their lives are, because, they're angels, maybe they don't die even. Millions and millions of years, they would just stand and not move, because that's how they function. They're like, just say, robots that only listen to their creators, okay? These are angels. They have no free will. And then the first human was created out of clay, or mud, you could say. And that's Adam. And from Adam was Eve. And then Adam and Eve created more and more and more and more humans, which we inhabited Earth, which is originally, people who lived there were the jinn. The jinn are creatures made out of fire that we can't see, but they can see us. They can see us, but we can't see them. All right? I won't go into all the details, but this is the basics of everything, okay? Things happened, and although Adam and Eve both were, believers in God, because, God literally created them, it's kind of hard to not believe someone who literally created you out of thin air, right? Someone built you from mud and then put your soul inside of you. I think you can. I don't know, man. It's very obvious that Adam and Eve were both believers, and so were their children. And we are their children, of course, but much, much later, millions and millions of years later, right? I don't know about millions. Actually, we don't know exactly how many years. has been since Adam and Eve. But what we do know is that Adam was huge. Adam, Prophet Adam, or Adam alayhi salam, or whatever you refer to him, was huge, because the original humans were actually, suited to live in the older Earth. Right now the modern humans, if you throw them in the desert, they're like, they die. But older humans, it is said that their teeth, only their teeth were as big as a mountain. Can you imagine that with me? Can someone imagine how big someone is if their teeth is as big as a mountain? Adam was 60 arms tall, as in he was wait, sorry. Did I say oh, I've mixed up some things. Yeah, my bad. I think I'm really mixing something up. I know he was 60 arms length, right? And that's around 37 meters. 37 meters. As in, like, if you put 60 humans on top of each other, you would get one Adam. 60 humans on top of each other. Yo, maybe the true two thing is true. I don't remember it. Okay, I'm confusing things. But we know that he's 37 meters. 37 meters? That's way too much. I mean, do you know how tall the normal human is? I'm around 1 meter and 80 centimeters, 89 centimeters. But that's nothing. Wow, I'm literally a bug next to him. Feet is not the same as arms, that's true. Dhira' is different from qadam. Both are very confusing. I like to use the metric system. So 37 meters. 37 meters is, by the way, bigger than a Gundam. If anyone watches mecha anime or stuff, 37 meters is way bigger than a Gundam. Do you know how tall a Gundam is, chat? This robot, the robot, and you see in anime and stuff. The Gundam is only 18 meters tall. 18 meters. 18 meters. That means 2 Gundams on top of each other gives you one Adam. One Adam. Man, now that I think, I've never really thought about it that much, but 2 Gundams. 2 Gundams on top of each other will give you one Adam. And of course, the same applies to, the children of Adam, the original ones, the ones way older than us, our Oni-chans, chat. Stop. Our brothers from long ago were also very big. Okay. If T-Rex coexisted, it will be roaster. Seriously, maybe the reason dinosaurs were extinct because they just ate them, man. Who knows? But yeah. That's a lot. It's they were very big. We got distracted here, my bad. But that was Adam. And from after humans increase in numbers more and more, happened the first time ever someone worshipped someone other than God, right? After someone worshipped someone other than God, after all these years, because everyone was a believer, right? Everyone remembers who Adam is. History was still there, right? It was easy for everyone to remember that Adam was the original, human, and he was created by God, and we have to worship God. Simple as that, okay? He's 37 meters, okay? Simple as that. But slowly, of course, Satan didn't want us to, to just remain in peace, and slowly We talked about this before, but I'm not going to go to details. Slowly made, plans within plans, like Lysandra, right? And made it so that humans will slowly start worshipping things other than God. And that's the only thing that God does not forgive. It is mentioned in the Quran a lot. إن الله لا يغفر أن يشرك به ويغفر ما دون ذلك لمن يشاء. As in, Allah will forgive. God will forgive anything other than you worshipping someone else. He will forgive anything. Anything is a big word, by the way. For whoever he wants, of course. And after some people started deviating from the original way of worshipping God, Noah was sent. The first prophet after Adam, Noah. I think so. I'm not. Wait. I need to proof check my facts. I haven't talked about this. First one. Oh, Idris. Oh no. Someone also told me that before. It was Idris. My bad. Idris. Yeah. Idris. Idris was the first prophet. My bad. It was Idris. I keep forgetting. Idris was the first prophet. After Adam, of course. So Idris, Idris, the first of Adam's children, and then Noah. And we don't know if there was anyone, away from, apart from these prophets, because there has been mentioned that there have been prophets that we never heard about. So I should not be focusing on these parts. But after Adam came, tried for 1,000 years, except the first 50 before he was a prophet, 1,000 years of telling people to go back to worshiping God. No one listened, and the Noah ark, get it? Ark with a C and ark with a K. The punishment habit, which is the flood of the entire earth. What Idris did, it's a long story. We're not talking about Idris's story. It's a nice one, but right? And after the flooding of earth, we mentioned that Adam, who had 4 children, one of them, Canaan, told his dad, no, it's fine. I mean, if the earth floods, I'll be fine. I'll be fine, Dad. I don't care if the earth floods. I'll just climb a mountain and be safe from the flood. Well, yeah, I mean, it would work if this was a normal flood. If you climb somewhere high, you wouldn't really, nothing will happen to you. When Miami Beach gets flooded, you just go to a higher ground, right? Forehead, just go to a higher ground. But the problem was, this is not a normal flood. This is punishment from God. And he should have listened to his dad, his father, Prophet Noah, which he didn't. And he was drowned. He was taken away for the rest of the non-believers. And then after Noah's Ark landed safely, the water was gone, and everything was annihilated from the face of earth. Everything, other than anyone who was inside the ark with Noah, which includes people, his descendants and his family, and the animals that he took with. He took pairs of animals so that they can breed again after everything is done. Of course, this means anyone who is alive currently, your dad's chat, everyone on this earth, these 7 billion people, are all related for the fact that they're all children of Noah. Because Noah's children, the 3 who survived, okay, who are named, what were their names again? Sam, yeah, Sam, and Yafith, Sam, Yafith, Ham. Right, I remember now. Sam, Ham, Yafith. Right? These are the 3. Sam, Ham, Yafith. These are the 3 that survived, and then their children became our ancestors and fathers. Specifically, from Sam were the Arabs. Every descendant of Sam is an Arab of some sort. Okay, and the Europeans and the people from Rum, if you guys know that, Romanians were the uh sorry, sorry, I'm confused. Sam is the father of the Europeans, you could say, and the people from the Persian places, and Romanians, you know, and Arabs, all these three. Okay, those are the children of Sam. Okay, the more light skinned people, I guess you could say. Yafith was uh was the father of the Turkish people, and you know, uh Qibt as well, which is the pharaohs. Maybe some people say that was the case. Hmm. What else? What about Yafith? I don't remember. Yafith could probably have been. Why am I focusing on this part? Anyways, Africa is probably from Yafith. It's probably from Ham or Yafith. The Turks. I really forgot. I only remember Sam. I think I forgot the rest. You could look these things up. Why am I talking about these things? Anyways, and the reason. Does anyone know? Let's have you guys answer this. Does anyone know why these three brothers have such difference? Where one of them could be like an Arabic, uh, Romanian person, you know, little white. You could call him Caucasian. I don't know. And the other is, you know, completely black, and then the other is, you know, Turkish, you know, something like that. Why is that? Does anyone know why? Even though they're brothers, they're literally brothers. How can brothers be in different? Like, it's like saying, yeah, me and my brother is Indonesian, I am black, and my other brother is, you know, white. It's like saying that. Do you know why? Why is that? If anyone knows why, I'll give you candy. Okay, maybe not candy, but I'll tell you you did a good job. No one knows. Please, let's have some participation from the class, please. As Zojad? No. That's not the case. The reason is Adam. Adam is the reason, because Adam was created from every clay from earth, every mud, every soil. We said that Adam was created from mud, right? The mud that as Adam was created from was every atom in the soil of earth. All I mean every atom, every type of soil from earth. Adam was black and also white and also Asian and everything. Our father was all of us combined. That's why his genes was passed down to us, and eventually the more people got married and gave birth, and more people came, these genes started spreading, and these, you know, types of people start spreading that were originally just part of him. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, or is it hard to imagine? Multicolored, you could say. He had all the soil in him. And so we also have soil, but it's very different. Okay, understandable? Okay, understandable. Have a great day. Okay, so enough of that. Now that we talked about um our two fathers, I know that's kind of sounds weird, but you know, the first father, Adam, all of us here, we're brothers because we have our mutual father, Adam, and we're also brothers because we have our mutual father, Noah, and brothers and sisters, of course. Let's not forget the sisters if they exist. Of course not. No, everyone knows women don't exist on the internet, but the uh, the the thing that comes after is even more interesting. Ibrahim or Ibrahim alayhi salam comes in. Ibrahim alayhi salam, or Prophet Ibrahim, was called, and is still called, of course, the father of prophets. Does anyone know why was he called the father of prophets? Why wouldn't Adam be called the father of prophets, right? Even though he is kind of the father of all humans, you know? Why wouldn't Noah be called the father of prophets? Why was it specifically Abraham or Ibrahim alayhi salam. Yeah, Mamika's brother. No, no, no. Don't do the Onichan thing. I'll ban you. Disgusting. Disgusting! Anyways. So basically, because many prophets is born Rahim. That's true. Okay. Someone knows. Someone knows their stuff. No, not all of, well, all of his kids are prophets. That's true. But not only his kids. Even more than that. Abraham, we started getting into the territory of, this book. Finally, we finally launched into the book, okay, because we're getting close to the realm of, Arabs, right? كانوا من جهته. That's true, exactly. أنبياء من بعده كان كله من جهته. Every prophet after Abraham was from Abraham's bloodline. Let's explain. So, shut up, Abud. I swear. Don't say that. Don't say it. It's fine. It's fine. Just ignore them. Prophet Ibrahim, or Ibrahim alayhi salam, Abraham, had a little scene. He had a really beautiful wife, but we're all sons, but we're winning. Yes, we're all his winning sons. The prophet Abraham had a little fight with the pharaoh at his time. Okay, why was that fight? Because that pharaoh, or Namrud, we could call him. I think he was the Namrud. I'm not sure. Every time he saw a beautiful woman, what did he do? He killed her husband. He killed her husband and married her for himself. That was what the pharaoh used to do. So when he saw Sarah, or Sarah, if you were trying to be specific about her name, the wife of Abraham, our dad, or, well, not our dad, the prophet's dad. Well, technically ours. I'll get to it. Okay. When he saw her, he saw how much of a beauty she was, and he immediately asked Abraham, "What are you to her?" Just like anime, when a jealous little boy sees the girl that she likes with another boy, so he goes to him and is like, "What's your relationship with her?" And then he starts crying about it, right? So basically, he asked, and he's this case, and he asked, and I've talked about this in a different stream, by the way. What did Prophet Ibrahim say? What did Abraham say? If he said, "I'm her husband," he would have killed him, right? So he said, "I am her brother." And this was one of the lies, one of the three white lies, or like the insignificant lies that Prophet Abraham said in his life, okay? And this one specifically was considered to be a borderline lie, even though it's not really, because I'll explain, okay, as the story goes. So, of course, since he said I'm her brother, so he just pushed him away and went to his, quote-unquote sister, Sarah, or Sarah, if you want to call her that. He put his hand on her shoulder, and then suddenly, of course, she's not scared or anything. She's definitely not scared of him. She knows that God is protecting her, so that because of her belief, the second he put his hand on her shoulder, it went completely numb. It got paralyzed. Do you know what paralyzation is, chat? Not the status from Pokemon. No, like, he can't move it anymore. He lost his right hand. It cannot move. Completely paralyzed. So he puts his other hand on her other shoulder, and it's completely paralyzed as well. He grows impatient. He's like, whoa, whoa, yo, 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 yo. What, yo, yo, yo. And he tells her, please, mom, please save me. Put my hands back. I apologize. I'm sorry. Right? And she well, of course, she doesn't have the power to do that. That's God. But she basically shows that how much her belief in God is so strong that she's completely protected by him. After this ended, she went to her husband and she's like, "Why would you lie like that? You know that he can't hurt you, Even if you said you're my husband, Allah will protect you if you believe in Him. Why would you lie like that? And he said, Ibrahim said, I didn't really lie because you are my sister. We're both, Adam's children, which is correct. It's like that meme that says, well, yes, but actually no, right? It's correct, but it's kind of a lie, That's the kind of lie that's called Tawriya. This is very, very famous. We'll talk about it later, but after what happened, the this pharaoh or Namrud, I'm not sure. I don't remember him. I don't care about evil guys. Barely remember them. But what happened is that he gave Sarah his daughter as a maid, as like, here you go, as a gift for me for, not literally killing me on the spot. Take my daughter. Her name was Hajar, right? Hajar was eventually married to Ibrahim alayhi salam, because how can I say this? Sarah was unfertile. She couldn't give children. And Ibrahim was a prophet. He needed a son to teach him all about worshiping God, right? And everything, so that we've been Alabama. No, different. It's very different. It's only Alabama when it's your actual, Shut up. We're not talking about Alabama right now. Incest is bad, but we're talking about really, really old stuff back when. Even. Chad, don't get me started. I'm not gonna talk about this. I'm not talking about it. Stop with your jokes. Listen. Anyways, the reason that Sarah, Ibrahim's wife, told this girl that was under her care, or like, literally serving her, because she was a gift from the Namrud or Pharaoh, I forgot which one. She told her to marry Ibrahim, her husband, because she couldn't give him any children, and he needed a child. He needed someone to teach all of the things that he learned about, worshiping, and to continue the lineage, to continue the spreading of good to everyone around them, the message of Allah or God, to worship God only. And well, I know it sounds crazy, but right after they got married, she got a child. Like pew. Like Sarah and Ibrahim were married for so long, and they were never blessed by a child, ever. And then the moment Hajar and Ibrahim get married, they get a child. So what does Sarah do? Even though she's the one who told them to get married, she gets mad. She gets so jealous, which is normal, by the way, because, try to understand her, feelings. Even if you're a guy and you don't understand that. But, that's your husband, and, he just had a child with another woman, but he couldn't have a child with you. So, by the way, gamer, you should stop. Like, relax. That's a prophet. You shouldn't, use these languages. And she just told him to just take them away from her. Both the child and her, she doesn't want to see them. She wouldn't control herself anyways. That's how, jealous she was. And, well, he did take them away. Both the child and Hajar, the mother. The child here was Ismail, alayhi salam, or Ishmael, if you want to say it in English, and he took them to Mecca, right? Of course, after that, he went back home. He literally left them in the middle of the desert and left, but not because he's what you would call an irresponsible dad, or what these people do right these days, where they throw their children to dodge child support, because they can't afford the money. No, he knew that God will take care of them. God told them to put them there. And since God told him to put them in that desert, specifically that place that no one knows about, there's no one there. Literally, not a village, not anything, just a desert, nothing at all. not even water, not anything, nothing. Okay? He still believed. That's how strong the belief of the prophets was. He believed, and then he went. And is this book from Indonesia? That's the 10th time someone asked that. Does it really matter where the book is from? It's an international book. If you really want to know where the book from, Safiya Rahman Mubarak Puri, the writer is Indian, okay? Not from Indonesia. Want to cry now? What, are you going to literally start shaking and crying because he's not from Indonesia? Is it going to fix something in your head if it's the book from the same country that you're from? The reason I used a cover that has Indonesian in it so that people who don't speak English would know what the stream is about. And, have some respect. That's all. Oh, man. Anyways. The Ulul Azm, that's true. He was one of the Ulul Azm, the 5 prophets who went through a lot. They were considered Ulul Azm as the people who really, prophets who went through so much and still stayed strong. Okay? Anyways, here we get a little bit of an insight that after Ibrahim went back to his, his wife, things happened. It's a long story, but things happened, and angels came and visited him, telling him, of course, when angels visit humans, they don't show their real form. The real form of an angel is too much for anyone to look at. They're literally created of light. It's like looking at a sun, right? We don't know how it is actually, because the only one who ever saw an angel with its true form was Prophet Muhammad, and when he saw Jibreel, he covered the skies. One of his wings covered the whole sky. There was no more sky. The sky is no more, right? And the angels who visited Abraham told his she just told Abraham's wife that she will get pregnant. And she did. And not only that, to make her even happier, they told her that God is not only giving you a child, he's guaranteeing you that you will see your grandson as well, as a reward for her, for lasting so long and being so patient. And so the bloodline splits here. Okay? The bloodline splits into 2. There are 2 children of Ibrahim or Abraham. I keep saying Ibrahim or Abraham. Why am I trying to accommodate for everyone? I'm just going to call him Ibrahim. And the first bloodline is Ishmael, if you want to call him that. Why do you always... I'm just going to use the Arabic names. I'm tired. Ismail. And that's the bloodline of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay? Prophet Muhammad was also, a descendant of Ismail. And then there's the other son of him, Ishaq, Isaac in English, right? And Isaac's son is Yaqub or Jacob. Yaqub. And Yaqub's children are called Bani Israel. And from there was Moses, and there was Isa, Jesus, right? Musa wa Isa. And Yahya. All these. And Yusuf as well. There are so many, in fact, if you think about it. The Jews, the Christians, their religions all go down the route of Ishaq. The second son, Ishaq, all of them from there. And that's why they were very jealous later on when they realized that Islam was a religion given to someone outside of their, of their little circle, that, oh my God, we want it from the family. Also, I realized that my voice might have been a little bit lower this whole time. Is it better now, by the way? Do I sound louder? Should I put it back? But anyways, the funny thing is that Prophet Muhammad is still kind of, related to them, since they're all children of Ibrahim. But yeah, you sound louder. This is better. Okay, thanks. A little bit louder. That's a little bit louder. Anyways, there's not much history about Ishaq. I mean, he was a prophet. It's because it's overwhelmed by how much happened to his son Yaqub and how much happened to Yaqub's son Yusuf or Joseph. So much happened to Joseph, in fact. It's a really great story. We might talk about it one day. But right now, we finished the prologue of what happened before and before and before. This is all just the beginning. The beginning of everything. Because next time, or maybe I should talk about it now. I don't know. Let's let it be 1 hour. Let's talk about it now. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. So, the reason we talked about that, so we would know where did the Prophet come from? What's his bloodline, right? And as I've already kind of spoiled it, the Prophet was from Ishmael or Ismail's children. Therefore, a descendant of Ibrahim as well. Okay? Ismail's father on Arabic people? Well, yes, but actually no. Let's get into that a little bit more. So you can't really say that Ismail is the father of all Arabs, because Arabs did exist before that, before Ismail. In fact, Ibrahim was not an Arab. So what makes Ismail an Arab? That's what we'll talk about. The thing is, Arabs are considered 3 categories, 3 big categories. Speak English, please. That looks. I'm speaking English. My bad. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Maybe my English is so bad that you can't even tell that it's English. I'm sorry. Maybe you can leave the stream if you don't like it. Anyways, 3 types of Arabs exist. 1, they're called the perished Arab. Perished, as the name implies, perish. They are Arabs that don't exist no more. None of them exist anymore. Does anyone know who these are? Nabi Saleh Arab? No. Yes, that is actually true. Kazamire, good job. You actually said it correctly. That is one part of them. The perished Arab are those who was Nabi or Prophet Saleh was sent to them, and also Hud was sent to them, and also Shu'aib was sent to them. These Arabs were perished because they never listened. None of them tried listening to their prophet, and they were, killed and driven to extinct. None of them exist. These Arabs were so big that if you look up Mada'in Salih, you will see their houses. Their houses were literally inside of caves. And this is one of the, the big things in history that people still look around and go visit till this day. Mada'in Salih, look it up, right? Lut people? No. Lut was not an Arab. Anyways, as I'm saying, the Lut was Ibrahim's cousin, so he's not an Arab. Yeah, Ad and Thamud, right? These 2, Ad and Thamud. And the idea is, look at what? Can you say it again? Can I show you guys? And that's it. Let me show you. Let me show you guys. I'll show you, chat. Why not? We have some time. Okay, let's open Mada'in Salih, and then show you guys how these look like. Wow. No matter how you look at it, it always looks great. This is big, chat. This is big. All right, here you go. Easy peasy. We finished that. Here you go. Look carefully, chat. You see this? You see this? That's a big rock. Malphite, all right? And they're so big. They make their houses from the rocks, man. They crave their houses from the rocks. That's how big they were. They're really big boys. Look at this, man. Tell me this is something normal humans did. Of course not. All right? Who were punished to stones? No. Anyways. But yeah, these were their houses. They still exist till this day. I mean, if your house is literally craved out of a mountain, then I'd make, you know, I'd be surprised if it didn't exist till this day. So yeah, these are the people that perished completely. They were so arrogant. They were so arrogant, chat, that no matter how their prophets told them to worship God and like worship only one God and all that, you know what they say? They said, okay, then let God punish us. Then let God strike us down. Do it. We're not afraid of God. Look, we make our houses literally out of these rocks. We are the strongest. Hurr, hurr. You know, they tried, they acted very arrogant, and then they went extinct. Just like the T-Rexes who used to act very arrogant, and then they got extinct as well. Extinct. None of them exist. That's why they are called the perishing, or the perished Arab. In Arabic, Al-Arab al-Ba'ida. And then number two is the pure Arabs, which are just like the first Arabs we just talked about. They are Arabic. They are, you know, they weren't, you know, actually, maybe this is gonna be annoying, so let's talk about number 3 first. Number 3 is Arabized Arab, as in like people who aren't actually Arabic, but they learned Arabic, and then all of their descendants also spoke Arabic. And that's Ishmael, right? Are they stronger as well? No. The ones who perished are from so long ago. So remember what I said at the beginning of the stream. Old humans were big, strong, huge, right? But not new humans. We new, we small, we tiny, okay? And those people are the descendants of Ismail, because Ismail, let's talk about the story now. Ismail lived in Mecca. What happened exactly was that after his dad left him as a baby and his mom in the middle of a desert, nothing else, nothing, and then left, his mom started going, like, she left him and went to 2 little mountains, small little mountains, right? They're not actual mountains. They're like a bunch of sand, I guess you could say. Very mounds, you could call them, I guess. And started running from one to the second one. The one was named Marwa. The second one was named Safa. As-Safa wal Marwa. Safa, Marwa. She went from one of them and to the other. What was she doing? Just sprinting, doing marathons? No. She was going up and then looking around, trying to find water, something, an oasis, right? In the middle of the desert, maybe somewhere can have food, right? And as she went around and around and around, I think 7 times, she realized that under her baby's, you know, her baby was you know, hitting the ground because he was crying and hungry and all that. Under the baby, water started to come out. Okay? And when water started to come out, she realized it, ran towards the water and started gathering it, saying zam, 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 which means, you know, in their language, to gather. Like, don't spill out. She thought that this little bit of water would literally, you know, spill out and end. And because of that, because a lot of scholars say, because she said zam, zam, and made the water, you know, stay there, gather and stay there, till this day, Zamzam has never ran out. And it's been 1,400, no. Zamzam has been even before the Islam has been there. It's been there for ages. And it's been running still. This like mystical water that's just coming out of sand, out of nowhere. It's not exactly a mountain area or somewhere that, you know, that has trees and a rainforest. No, it's just water coming out of sand, out of nowhere. No, you don't understand it. It's a miracle, basically. And not only, it's not any water, by the way. It's the richest water in minerals in the whole world. And everyone knows that. Even the people who don't believe in Islam, when they identify Zamzam, well, of course, they hate Islam, so they're like, oh my God, what is this water? It has so much minerals. As a doctor, I don't advise you to drink that. Well, of course, you should drink it. Because ماء زمزم لما شرب له. It is a type of water that if you drink it for something, it will happen. If you drink it because you want your throat to get better, it will get better. You just need to believe, right? It's that good. But we're not talking about Zamzam right now. We're talking about how after this water came out of nowhere in the desert, every time, of course, they drank water, but that's just water. They still need food. There was a bunch of people, you could call it car. I know it might sound crazy, but in Arabic, the word car or the word sayyara is used for a bunch of people traveling. It's I don't know if you should call it sayyara. Qafila. Qafila is even weirder. I call it sayyara, right? No, not Kaz, not the one from JoJo. Listen. So, as I'm saying, people passing by saw her water and told her, we'll give you like food, in exchange for that water. So give us, please. And so happened that she got food and she has an infinite source of water. Rahala, basically. Because it's a desert. And people always, drifted through the desert. No one was really living there that time. And so on and so forth. These Arabs who came from Yemen, technically, because that's where the original place of Arabs, if you know the country named Yemen, which is funny because a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people who would be racist against Yemens and be like, you're just a Yemen person or whatever, Yemen gene, And it's like, well, aren't you a fellow Arab? Well, yeah, but I'm better than him. Why are you better than him? Yeah, because I'm whatever. I'm Syrian or I'm whatever. Like, why, man? I don't get it. Even though Arabs were originally from Yemen, so you're technically kind of, like him or originally from there as well. There's a big chance. And the idea is that those tribes that came from Yemen always passed by Hajar and her son, eventually realizing that, wow, her water is not running out. Why go around the desert, literally go around traveling endlessly, when I can just, sit here with my sheep, let them drink this water, and just settle down. And that's what happened. People settled down, they made tents and lived there. And that was the start of Mecca. That was what currently is Mecca. That was the very, very start. People start living there. And of course, they kind of need to communicate. So Ismail grew up learning Arabic, even though he's not an Arab. Okay? He started learning Arabic. He married a woman from these people, from these tribes. And in fact, he married two, but should I mention that story? Let's mention the story. Why not? We're talking about the prologue anyways. He married a woman when he grew up, of course, when he became big and all that. He married a woman from one of these tribes, and one day, Ibrahim, his father, came visiting to the same place he left them before. He came visiting, and when he arrived, he asked, "Where is, Ibrahim?" The wife of Ibrahim met his father. She doesn't know that this is his father. I don't know, actually. Does she know? Does she not know? I actually don't remember that much, but she met him. So Ibrahim asked her, right? He asked her, how's life with my son? How's life with Ibrahim? With Ismail. How's life? What's happening? What's all these things? And what did she say? She said, I don't know, man. Well, I don't know. She didn't sound like that. I'm just saying that. She complained a lot. We don't get enough food. We don't blah, 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 blah. The kids are always on their phones. Okay, wait. Phones didn't exist back then. All that things. It complained a lot. Lot. So he told her, very, very, in a very clever way, super clever way. I still love this till this day. He told her, when my son comes back, or when Ibrahim comes back, right? You know, when your husband comes back, tell him that I said, change the door knob, and left back to, you know, Palestine. Okay? Simple as that. Of course, when Ismail came back and he heard that, he immediately divorced her. Immediately divorced her. Right? He knew that his father said that to him, and he knew what it meant to change the doorknob. Of course, there was another visit later on by Ibrahim, his father, and when he visited this time, the woman was telling, you know, every time he asked her something, he says, "We're good, alhamdulillah. We're blessed. We're grateful. We have enough food to like live our days. We have, you know, even though it's exactly the same situation, right? It's like looking at a half, you know, a half cup of water and saying it's half empty or saying it's half full. It's not like Mecca eventually turned from a desert to, you know, a desert with some tents and people living in it to like Las Vegas. No, it's still the same. But that woman was much more optimistic. She didn't complain. She was just saying how everything is fine and everything will be fine and will be good, and like how the water cup is half full and not half empty. You get that, chat? You get the idea? Of course, he told her the signature phrase and told her when he comes back, you know, when Ismail comes back, tell him to hold the doorknob, you know, to not change it, to like make sure to hold this doorknob. ثبت عتبة الباب. Like install it correctly. Like keep that doorknob. Keep it. Good woman. I like her as well. Anyways, and fast forward years later, and the people and the descendants of Ismail are also speaking Arabic. Those were called the Arabized Arab, and from them was Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Which is funny because Quraysh is a clan, a tribe that was so prideful. We're the biggest of the Arabs. We're the best of Arabs. But little did they know, they weren't even originally Arabs. So it's funny how everyone always trying to brag about, oh my God, I'm so good. Why are you so good? Because I'm Arabic. But if you look at the history, you were, you know, kind of, you switched to Arabs. You know, you're not actually Arabic, right? No, we're so good. You know, that's the fault of anyone who thinks that bloodline is everything, or being from a country or something is everything. If bloodline meant anything, then why would the father of the prophet, the greatest prophet, Prophet Muhammad, the father of the prophet, and mother, of course, sadly won't go to heaven, even though there are his mother and father? They should be really great, right? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're an OG Arab, if you're not. This book I'm reading right now to teach you guys, and teach myself, of course, is made by a non-Arab, an Indian sheikh, Safiya Rahman al-Barakfuri, an amazing. He was a professor in Medina Munawwara University. Rahimahullah, Allah yarhamu. You know, an amazing person. He's not an Arab. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter if you're from Indonesia, if you're from an Arabic country, if you're... Stop caring about these things. The reason I never mention where I'm from is because I want to tell you guys this. I want you to eventually stop doing this. Slowly but surely, you'll stop including, oh, is this book from Indonesia? Oh, are you Indonesian? Oh, are you from like... Who cares, man? Literally, who cares? If you took a second to ask yourself, wait, why am I asking, is this book from Indonesia? Does it really matter? Now that I think about it, even if it was or wasn't, it really doesn't matter, right? Oh, maybe I'm stupid for asking something like that. Maybe I shouldn't ask something like that. Anyways, before we get even more off topic, time to mention the last type of Arabs, which we already mentioned honestly. There was the pure Arabs who were from Yemen, and they met Ismail and his mother, and from that, you know, they lived there, and lived in Mecca and lived everywhere in the lands, Medina, Mecca, and they spread out everywhere. Okay? Yeah, reject race, return to monkey. I approve. I approve. Justice. Right? Hijaz and everywhere, not only Hijaz. But yes. And we shall stop here. After we talked about the 3 types of Arabs, and we know that the Prophet was from the second type, the type that is born originally an Arab. And next stream, we'll talk about his birth. Because now that we talked about his ancestors and like how everything started, next stream, we'll talk about how he was born, who raised him. And I know a lot of people, a lot of you already know these things, but there might be some interesting details that you never heard about, right? It's been exactly 1 hour. I would love to keep going, but I know a lot of you might want to go to sleep or something like that. So I'll end it here. And remember, قليل دائم خير من كثير منقطع. A little bit, but at least we keep doing it, is better than a lot, but we don't. Even if I increase the stream, someone's going to be like, man, I don't know, it's a 2-hour stream. I don't want to listen to it. He's probably got off topic and he never really talked about it. Even though I kind of did get off topic. I thought about making it a 30-minute stream, but it's not worth it. 1 hour has to be 1 hour. Otherwise, we'll never get a lot of the book. But yes, that's not my knowledge, by the way. Again, if you want to say thank you for the man who left us already. Sheikh Safiya Rahman Mubarak Furi, who is an Indian writer, an Indian sheikh, who won this international competition of who would write a better book for Sirat Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he did. And it's a great book, so we'll be reading it. Have a great rest of your day. If you're fasting right now, then good luck. Remember to pray, because it's kind of bad if you fast but you don't pray your prayers. I'm saying that when I should go pray right now as well. So see you guys later. That I cannot write or pronounce. His name is pretty hard. Safiya Rahman Mubarak Puri. Look him up again. His name is hard. All right. See you guys later. It'll be only intro, 1-2 topics and no details. That's true. That's why 1 hour is enough, I think. See you guys later. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Remember to say, Subhanak Allahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ay,